What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and I'm gonna need you guys to do this ASAP. Do this first, or you're gonna risk losing a lot of MUT games. This is a major upgrade for now, okay? And we're gonna keep track of it to kind of see how long it lasts. Eventually, EA Sports are gonna drop more of this type of player to kind of balance out what Boom Tech was supposed to be. Brian Crushin, right? This is something that is very, very important for you guys to understand. It is almost impossible to force fumbles in this game. And you guys know what I'm talking about. In head-to-head mode, I'm not talking about in solo battles on easy. I'm talking about head-to-head, like straight up sweaty, dudes in Nike dry fits going crazy. That's what I'm talking about, okay? It is impossible, in most cases, to really get a fumble, no matter how you line the hit-ups. Like, bro, they just don't do anything. They get hit really hard, then they get up and celebrate and point to the first down marker. That's typically what happens, right? Not anymore. This upgrade right here is going to change it, but look, this is what's interesting, right? You're going to have to probably have lurk artists also. And I know a lot of you guys like to wing it, and you're like, gee, I get picks anyway. You're going to drop it when it really, really matters. And that's why EA did this, in making it more difficult for you to get interceptions. And even with the most recent update, it's still more, like, dude, it's even more difficult to get interceptions. So he's going to cost you 4. So we're going to go over what else you can do along those lines to kind of still upgrade your team and make it make sense. But the Avalanche, right? This is going to... Dude, when I tell you I've literally over the last 3 or 4 days won 6 or 7 games that I should not have won because of a fumble by this guy, even when the guy was on conservative, like, it's just so game-changing, okay? Now, to give you guys a pointer and make you guys understand what's about to be happening, when EA finishes up the NFL playoffs, or even when they start the Super Bowl, somebody's going to get a discounted Avalanche. And that's when we're going to move on from this guy. All right? Because I think EA is going to start to put it out so that people can start getting fumbles, because then it makes Boom Tech work. Typically, I think that Boom Tech was supposed to be Avalanche with lined up hit sticks, and the programming just didn't provide for it. That's what I think was supposed to happen. Because if you look at it and you hear the sound effects, you think that it's like two 18-wheelers colliding, and nothing happens to the player unless you have Avalanche or, you know, whatever. If it's lit up Avalanche, X Factor, whatever. But that's something that's going to make sure that you're just going to be able to know and give you a chance to win more. Give you a chance to win more games. So because I'm using 4, right? And I know a lot of you guys are going to be trying to like, yo, I got to spread my AP out. Some of you guys may not use a lurk artist. I'm going to figure out right now, okay, how we can actually make it work for your squad as well. For me, and remember, this is what I'm saying, for me, I prefer pick artists on my secondary players over mid-zone. Yes, Jordan Fuller does get mid-zone for 1. Yes, he does. I don't care about that. I prefer pick artists. Now, why do I prefer pick artists? Because if you go out there with the zone KOs, more than likely, they're going to be swatting or just knocking the ball out all the time. Even on plays that they're supposed to intercept, which EA said that they would allow to happen a little bit more, they don't intercept it. They swat it down. So in some games, it's going to be more important for you to get a knockout versus a pick, because they might be going for it on 4th down and you got to get a play, whatever. But the pick artist will save you in other situations where you weren't supposed to be getting a turnover, but they might jump through their body and do something weird as long as you don't click on. So pick artist being 2 AP on Calvin, yes, there are other players available that you can use, and you can get a 1 AP pick artist. Okay, like, look, I'm not saying like, yo, bro, like this is the only way. What I'm saying is, I think it's smart to have some of the players that I have. Now, because I'm using so much AP, it may make sense, right, to sell Calvin, and just for like my point of view, to sell Calvin, right, and start to revamp everything else. I need the lurk artist on Devondre Campbell. He was one of the ranked players that, you know, obviously that you got from, you know, playing the, playing the ranked monthly games. I was supposed to get the other guy, Johnny Wilson, but it didn't work out as a whole debacle. It happened live on stream. EA got me really dirty, but we're good. We move forward, and we're going to go ahead and get it done. If you know, you know. But it doesn't matter. We're getting back to this now. Even if I were to sell Calvin, right, and split the corners, get rid of Ted Hendricks, get rid of Julius Peppers, right? Give them both 1 AP pick artists, okay? And then take off, you know, the lurk artist and Brian Cushion and give another safety pick artist. It still would be, it would be difficult, because I know, listen to me, I'm going to drop the pick when I really, really need it. Now, another thing about Brian Cushion is this, right? Say you don't want Avalanche. Like, say, look, you're like, yo, G, bro, I like the way you're moving around the AP. What if we don't use Avalanche, right? And we just go ahead and use 0 AP Lurk Artist, because he also gets that. That's also a game changer. So I see where you guys are going with that. Like, I'm not saying that, you can't have it in another manner, but I'm letting you know that Avalanche is the reason that this card is good. Otherwise, you can use it any other card, okay? Because this is just something that it just enhances the way that your team is going to play. So 0 AP, it would free up 3, but then I would still be screwed because Calvin Johnson is using 2. So now you got to figure out, okay, 1 AP pick artist everywhere, because we run the 3-3 odd or we run 3-4, would that be more viable, right? But I'm letting you know, just as an idea, that I did do this. Now, the stream and I, we were discussing if it does make sense, like, yo, what if we do go and sell Julius Peppers, we sell Teddy Hendricks, and then we sell Calvin, and then we get players with 1 AP pick artists so that we don't have to worry about dropping picks. Because I gave them X factors, and this is another point that I want you guys to know. The X factors take forever to get on. It doesn't matter if you use the X factor for pick artists or universal coverage, even though with an interception that lights up, it takes forever. So these are other things that affect the way that the team play. Like, your team is going to play differently if they have abilities versus not having them. And that's why I really like to make sure that everybody understands what exactly is going on. Also, when you run different types of zone with match, they still stop running with the new patch and let the guy beat you on streaks and stuff like that. So with pick artists, sometimes they'll jump up. With the mid zone, they'll just trail behind and just never do anything if you get high pointed. So pick artist is good because it animates. The computer will animate if you don't want to click on, especially in situations where, since like 3 or 4 years ago, dude, if you keep clicking on, you're getting dotted. And everybody knows that. Like, if you've been playing Madden long enough, unless you're in perfect position and it's your user already, you're going to get dotted. And that's just the way the game is programmed. They do not want you to have more user control. They want the computer to do more. So you have a couple options, all right? You can try out Avalanche and see if it's worth it to drop a couple picks. Okay, because I'm doing it both ways. And I did win a lot of games because I know that the Avalanche is there. Sometimes it lets me down and it's not a fumble, but for the most part, you'll get a fumble, right? Or you can secure the fact that if you spread out pick artists with the 1 AP players and you give Brian Cushion 0 AP pick artists, you save the AP and you can possibly end up getting a no outsiders. These are very, very specific type of things that you're gonna have to decide how you want to do it, but it definitely does affect the way the game plays, the run game, everything about the game when you don't have those actual abilities on the players. So I just wanted to give you guys that insight and let you know what's going on as far as team building defensively, because if you can get one stop in this game, it's usually the difference between winning and losing. And you guys know that that's facts because it's so easy to score in this game. So keep that in mind. Let me know if you have any other questions or comments and which route you're going to take. But Avalanche definitely works, but I think we're going to have to go back to spreading out pick artists and trying to figure out how to get a no outsiders out there. Let me know if you guys have any other questions or comments, and I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.